You know what? There's a single word that can literally rewire your brain and transform you from a failure mindset to a success mindset. And that word is so simple, you probably use it every day without realizing its incredible power. But here's the thing. When you understand how to use this word strategically, it becomes a neurological game changer. Let me tell you about Sarah, a software engineer who was stuck in her career for 3 years. She kept saying, "I can't code in Python, and I'm not good at public speaking." Then, in one coaching session, we added just 3 letters to the end of her statements. "I can't code in Python. Yet, I'm not good at public speaking." Yet, 6 months later, Sarah got promoted to lead developer and now regularly presents at tech conferences. The only thing that changed, one word. Over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how this works. We'll dive into the neuroscience, explore groundbreaking research from Stanford University, and I'll give you 7 practical techniques you can start using today. By the end of this video, you'll understand why adding "yet" to your vocabulary isn't just positive thinking, it's actually rewiring your brain at a cellular level. Here's what you're going to learn today. First, I'll break down the science behind growth mindset versus fixed mindset and show you exactly what happens in your brain when you use the word "yet." We'll explore Dr. Carol Dweck's revolutionary research at Stanford that changed how we understand human potential. Then, I'll walk you through 7 practical applications you can use in your career, relationships, and personal growth. But here's what makes this different from other self-help content. We're not just talking about feeling better, we're talking about measurable changes in brain structure. Studies using brain imaging technology show that people who consistently use growth mindset language literally develop new neural pathways. Their brains become more resilient, more creative, and more capable of learning. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, "Come on, one word can't really change my life." And I get it. I was skeptical too. But when you see the research, when you understand the mechanism, and when you experience it yourself, it becomes undeniable. We'll also do some interactive exercises together. I want you to grab a pen and paper because we're going to identify your own limiting beliefs and transform them in real time. You'll literally feel the shift happening as we work through this together. And here's something exciting. At the end of this video, I'm going to invite you to join our 30-day Yet Challenge, where thousands of people from around the world are already transforming their mindsets and sharing incredible results. Let's start with the science. Your brain has this amazing quality called neuroplasticity. This means your brain is constantly changing, forming new connections, and literally reshaping itself based on your thoughts and experiences. But here's the key. The language you use directly influences this process. When you have a fixed mindset, you believe your abilities are static. You think, "I'm either good at math or I'm not. I'm either creative or I'm not." This type of thinking activates specific neural pathways that actually limit your brain's ability to form new connections. Brain scans show that people with fixed mindset thinking have less activity in areas associated with learning and problem solving. But growth mindset thinking does the opposite. When you believe your abilities can be developed, your brain literally opens up new pathways. The prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for executive function and learning, becomes more active. The hippocampus, which is crucial for memory formation, starts creating more robust connections. Now, here's where "yet" becomes magical. This tiny word fundamentally changes how your brain processes information. When you say, "I can't do this," your brain treats it as a permanent state. Neural pathways associated with limitation become stronger, but when you say, "I can't do this yet," something incredible happens. The word "yet" activates your brain's temporal processing centers. It shifts your thinking from present limitation to future possibility. Brain imaging studies show increased activity in the anterior cingulate cortex, which is associated with cognitive flexibility and problem solving. Essentially, yet, tells your brain to start looking for solutions instead of accepting limitations. Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett's research on constructed emotion shows us that the language we use literally constructs our emotional reality. When you add yet to a limiting statement, you're not just changing words, you're changing the emotional and cognitive framework your brain uses to interpret the situation. Let's look at the groundbreaking research that started it all. Dr. Carol Dweck at Stanford University conducted a series of studies that fundamentally changed how we understand human potential. In one pivotal experiment, she gave students a challenging puzzle. When students couldn't solve it, half were told, "You're not good at this," while the other half were told, "You're not good at this yet." The results were staggering. Students who heard "yet" showed increased brain activity in areas associated with learning and growth. They were more likely to choose challenging problems in future sessions. Most importantly, their actual performance improved over time. The yet group showed a 23% improvement in problem-solving abilities over 6 months. But the research goes deeper. Follow-up studies tracked these students for 2 years. The yet group not only maintained their performance improvements, but continued to outperform the control group in various academic measures. They showed greater resilience when facing setbacks, higher motivation to learn new skills, and improved overall well-being. Similar studies have been replicated across different cultures and age groups. In Finland, schools that implemented yet language in their feedback systems saw a 15% increase in student achievement scores. In Japan, companies that trained managers to use growth mindset language reported 12% higher employee engagement and 8% better retention rates. The business world has taken notice too. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella credited growth mindset thinking with the company's cultural transformation and subsequent market success. After implementing company-wide growth mindset training that emphasized yet language, Microsoft saw significant improvements in innovation metrics and employee satisfaction. Google's Project Aristotle, which studied what makes teams effective, found that psychological safety, largely built through growth mindset communication, was the #1 factor in high-performing teams. Teams that used yet language when discussing challenges showed higher creativity scores and better problem-solving outcomes. Now, let's get practical. The first technique is what I call daily language reconstruction. For the next week, I want you to catch yourself using limiting language. Common phrases like, "I'm not good at this," "I don't understand," or "I can't figure this out," need to be immediately followed by yet. But here's the advanced technique. Don't just add yet at the end. Extend the thought. "I don't understand this concept yet, but I can learn it by breaking it down into smaller parts. I can't give presentations confidently yet, but I can practice and improve this skill." This extension activates your brain's problem-solving mechanisms. The second technique is challenge reframing. When you face a setback, instead of saying, "This didn't work," try, "This approach didn't work yet." Then, immediately ask, "What can I learn from this attempt?" This simple shift transforms failures into data points for future success. Third is skill acquisition mapping. Identify 3 skills you've always wanted to develop but believed you couldn't do. Rewrite them as "I haven't developed this skill yet." Then create a basic learning plan. The act of planning reinforces the growth mindset and makes the skill feel achievable. Let's do a real-time exercise. I want you to write down 3 statements that start with "I can't" or "I'm not good at." Go ahead, pause the video if you need to. Really think about the areas where you feel limited. Now add yet to each statement. But don't just add the word, really, feel the difference. Notice how your body responds. Many people report feeling a sense of relief, openness, or even excitement when they make this shift. That physical response is your nervous system recognizing new possibilities. Here's what's happening neurologically. Your brain is shifting from what psychologists call a threat state to a challenge state. In threat state, your body produces stress hormones that narrow your thinking. In challenge state, you produce hormones that enhance creativity and learning. Yet, is literally a neurochemical switch. Now let's apply this to your career. If you're thinking, I'm not leadership material, transform it to I haven't developed my leadership skills yet. This opens up questions like, what leadership skills do I want to develop? And who could mentor me in this area? For job interviews, instead of saying, I don't have experience with that software, try, I haven't worked with that software yet, but I'm excited to learn it. This demonstrates growth mindset to employers and positions you as someone who embraces challenges. In relationships, yet, can be transformative. Instead of, we don't communicate well, try, we haven't learned to communicate effectively yet. This shifts the focus from a permanent problem to a skill that can be developed together. For parents, this is especially powerful. When your child says, I'm bad at math, guide them to I haven't mastered this math concept yet. Research shows that children who learn yet language show improved academic performance and greater resilience to academic challenges. Let's talk about the latest research developments. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Cognitive Psychology found that yet language activates the brain's default mode network differently than fixed mindset language. This network is active when we're not focused on specific tasks, and it plays a crucial role in creativity and insight generation. Another recent study from the University of Pennsylvania showed that people who used yet language for 30 days showed measurable changes in brain structure. MRI scans revealed increased gray matter density in areas associated with learning and emotional regulation. But here's an important caveat. Yet isn't magic pixie dust. It needs to be combined with genuine effort and realistic planning. If you say, I haven't become a professional athlete yet, but never train, you're engaging in wishful thinking, not growth mindset. The key is pairing yet with what researchers call process focus. Instead of, I haven't succeeded yet, try I haven't found the right approach yet, or I haven't put in enough deliberate practice yet. This keeps you focused on actionable steps rather than vague outcomes. There's also cultural variation in how yet is perceived and used. In cultures that emphasize collective achievement, we haven't solved this yet, can be more powerful than individual, focused language. Understanding your cultural context helps you apply this tool more effectively. Now, let's integrate this with other psychological frameworks. Yet works beautifully with mindfulness practices. When you notice self-critical thoughts, you can mindfully observe them and gently add yet. This combines the present moment awareness of mindfulness with the future-oriented, hope of growth mindset. Cognitive behavioral therapy techniques also synergize with yet language. The CBT practice of identifying and challenging negative thought patterns becomes more effective when you're replacing limiting beliefs with growth-oriented alternatives. From positive psychology, we know that hope consists of 3 components: goals, pathways, and agency, yet naturally incorporates all 3. It implies a goal, the thing you want to achieve, suggests pathways exist, they just haven't been found, and maintains agency, you have the power to develop and grow. Let me summarize the key points first. Yet isn't just a word, it's a neurological tool that literally changes how your brain processes information. Second, the research is clear. People who use growth mindset language show measurable improvements in performance, resilience, and well-being. Third, this isn't about positive thinking. It's about creating accurate, growth-oriented assessments of your current abilities and future potential. Here's your immediate action plan today. Start noticing your limiting language tomorrow. Begin adding yet to these statements. By the end of the week, extend your yet statements with specific learning plans. Within a month, you'll likely notice changes in how you approach challenges and setbacks. 6 months from now, if you consistently apply these principles, you might find yourself in Sarah's position, looking back, amazed at how much you've grown. The skills you think you don't have, the confidence you believe you lack, the success you feel is out of reach, they're all possible. You just haven't achieved them yet. Remember, every expert was once a beginner, every master was once a disaster. Every success story started with someone who believed they could grow, learn, and improve. The only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is time, effort, and the right mindset. I want to hear from you in the comments. Share one statement you're going to transform by adding yet. What's something you've always believed you couldn't do, but you're now willing to consider you just haven't learned how to do yet? And here's something exciting. I'm launching a 30-day yet challenge starting next Monday. If you want to join thousands of people around the world who are transforming their mindsets, check the link in the description. We'll have daily exercises, community, support, and weekly check-ins to track your progress. If this video has shifted even one limiting belief in your mind, please hit that like button. It helps more people discover this life-changing information. Subscribe if you want more evidence-based content about psychology, neuroscience, and personal growth. And share this with someone who needs to hear that their limitations are temporary, not permanent. Next week, I'm diving deep into advanced growth mindset applications in the workplace. We'll explore how to use these principles for leadership, team building, and career advancement. You won't want to miss it. Until then, remember, you haven't reached your full potential yet, but you will.